this is Michelle Sam from Sammy Wong's Kitchen. Today I am going to show you how to make a mushroom polenta. Now, what is polenta? Polenta is basically a cornmeal porridge. In South Africa, they have something called pap, and this is the equivalent to pap. And I grew up on pap, so this is the fancy pap that I'm going to show you how to do. And the key to making great polenta or pap is all in the proportions of cornmeal to water. So let's get started.
For this delicious umami-rich mushroom polenta, for every 1 cup of cornmeal, 5 cups of water is needed. So this is the perfect ratio for polenta. Soak the cornmeal in half of the water for at least an hour, preferably overnight. This allows the cornmeal to hydrate and fully absorb the water, making it easier to cook. Now for the filling. Dice some garlic. Wash and slice your mushrooms. You can either use white button mushrooms, baby portobello mushrooms, or any mushrooms of your choice. Finally, dice a medium-sized shallot. A tip for dicing a shallot is not to slice the shallot completely so that it breaks away from the bulb, but to keep the tip intact so that when you turn it and slice it at 90 degrees, the shallot is still intact, making it easier to dice. Now that the fixings are prepped, let's cook them. In a large skillet, combine the butter and olive oil. The reason for combining the butter and the oil is to get the rich taste of the butter, but to increase the smoke point by adding the oil. The smoke point is the temperature at which a fat will burn, and butter has a very low smoke point. So to get the taste of the butter but increase the temperature to saute the mushrooms, I combine some butter with some oil. First, saute the garlic and shallots to caramelize them and allow the garlic and shallots to release their sweetness. Next, add the sliced mushrooms. A tip for sauteing mushrooms is not to overcrowd the mushrooms so that it doesn't brown, but rather it steams and becomes this unappetizing gray color. Stir the mushrooms frequently to release the moisture and to allow all the mushrooms to brown evenly. Sprinkle some mushroom bouillon onto the mushrooms to season it. Once all the mushrooms have browned, remove them from the heat. Set aside some mushrooms that will be used as the garnish. To cook the polenta, boil the remaining water in a large saucepan over medium-high heat. Add mushroom bouillon to the water. Add the soaked cornmeal into the water and begin to stir until the polenta thickens. The longer the polenta cooks, the thicker it becomes. It will also thicken when it cools, so take that into account when determining when to stop cooking the polenta. When the polenta has reached the consistency that is to your liking, add in the cooked mushrooms and stir. Finally, add a pat of butter, stir to melt and combine before plating. Place some sauteed mushrooms as a garnish and sprinkle with some chopped chives for color. Enjoy and bon appetit! More recipes can be found on sammywongsKitchen.com or social media. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks!